ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। Hare Krishna. So we will continue with the discussion. I could I made little adjustment in the diagram of what yesterday we saw. Even this is not perfect, I am not satisfied, but still some idea of it. I will share the screen for you. Yeah, it's a little better picture than the previous one. So here is the chariot wheel of sun god, and this is Manasutra mountain with all the tracks on it. And then you can see this on the top of Mount Meru. But there is one more god which is at 1/4 of the distance of this whole axle of sun god. So this is one more god. So this is the sun god is going on this track. So these are 108 tracks. So these are all 108. Sorry, not 108. 180 tracks. So it will be 360. So 180 tracks are here. So that means up and down it will become 360. So this whole movement is like a slope. So to get some idea, it's going on this track up and down, and it becomes closer to. And somewhere here we have this our here. Say just to give some idea. So if you take this as that, so what happens is when uh, when the sun is coming closer, so this part, the north pole will have continuous sun. When it is going down, then the south pole will have continuous sun. So this how the earth, the equator, and so to give some idea. Anyway, we'll not go much into it. We'll come back to our uh, translations, and we'll try to discuss today the next chapter, what Prabhupada is trying to help us understand. So here, um, in this 23rd chapter, we'll start today, the discussion. So these are different dimensions that are given. So my dear king, 1,300,000 yojanas above the planet of seven sages is planet of learned scholars described as the abode of Lord Vishnu. There the son of Maharaj Uttanapa, the great devotee, Dhruva still resides there. And sorry, we are in 22nd. Upward circle. Yeah, here we are discussing. My dear king, you have already affirmed the truth of Supreme Lord, so Dhruvaloka. So you wanted to know about other. At the same time, the sun is moving in clockwise and why it is on the left, sometime why it is on the right. So yesterday our discussion on this verse. uh, why it is the wheel of time. It is sometimes Dhruva is on the right side, moves the wheel of the time. Other planets move on there with them. The sun and planets, however, are seen in different signs and constellation at different time. This indicate that motion is different for them of the zodiac of the wheel. So this is what is our discussion yesterday. Why there are different motions of the planets because their speed is different. That's why they move. So only sun and moon look like clockwise. All other planets are going anti-clockwise. Actually, everybody is going clockwise only, but zodiac is moving fast. That's why, in relation to zodiac, the planets are going anti-clockwise. That was our discussion yesterday. You still have doubt, you can go to the recording. We'll do it in the end if you still feeling doubt about it. The original cause of cosmic manifestation Supreme Lord. When great saintly persons fully aware of Vedic knowledge offers praise to Lord, he descends to this material world in the form of sun to benefit all planets. So this is Surya Narayan. And he divides himself into 12 parts, creates seasonal forms beginning with spring. In this way, he creates the seasonal qualities such as heat, cold, and so he's descending in the form of Surya Narayana. So the person Vivasvan now, he whatever energy and all, it is all his strength. According to the system of four Varna and four Ashramas, generally people worship the Supreme Lord Narayana who is situated in the sun god. So all over the creation, now people follow Varnashrama. Even demons also follow Varnashrama because that's how you can enjoy in this creation. That's how the enjoyment happens here. They may not accept the Supreme Lord, but Varnashrama rules they will follow. Say if you take demons like Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, or Ravana, Kumbhakarna, even Duryodhana, Kamsa, everybody used to wake up in the morning, do their morning rituals. If you read Ramayana, Ravana is waking up in the morning and doing his rituals. Why he is doing? Because he knows this is how you can develop the strength. They know austerities, they give charity, they perform austerities, they follow morning duties. They may not like Brahmanas, like Jarasandha and all, but Vishnu, they didn't like Vishnu, but still they used to give charity. Of course, Kamsa was torturing Brahmanas, and Vena was also torturing Brahmanas, so they got immediately reaction. But in general, even the people have demonic mentality, like Duryodhana, Karna, they were also following the rules of Varnashrama. Like say, if somebody comes to Duryodhana for charity, he will definitely give charity. Why? Because he knows if I follow it, then my Kshatriya power will be maintained. So, the system of Varnashrama, we should know that it is not it's a very scientific system arranged by Lord. So, uh, that's the reason uh, we have to know that, see, there are three levels. One is Varnashram system, and next level is within Varnashrama serving the Supreme Lord. And then the above that is Pancharatraka, and above that is Bhagavat. So generally, what happens is for us it is difficult to follow direct Bhagavat Vidhi, that is 24 hours hearing, reading, and meditating on the Lord. So it's definitely very difficult at our level. That is the reason we need Pancharatra. Like when devotee was asking, Proji, I know watching movies are wrong, but still I am watching. So how to overcome it? So the procedure is the same thing. We have to follow Pancharatra to overcome these lower conditionings. I will write for you here so that it will be easy to remember. See the procedure, you see how it works. Uh, this is same chat will go down. See, first, the down is just a materialistic life, and above is Varnashrama. But no worship of Vishnu. They follow the rules. follow the rules. So they are following Varnashrama rules. Like I gave the example of Duryodhana or even Karna and all these people. They definitely follow the rules, but they are not interested in Vishnu. So they are not worshipping the Lord. And Varnashrama with worship of Lord. Okay. Now, for us, above is important. This part is very important. Pancharatra. And then Bhagavat. So this is how the system is. We want to be situated above this, at least this level. See, when we are at home, we want to reach to this stage. This is the highest. What do you do in this stage? Chanting, hearing, and remembering. Only these things are done. This is like all Mahabharata means above the Nishta stage or at the end of Nishta stage, people can do these things easily. Then they can go to any holy place and peacefully sit there whole day chanting, hearing, reading. So this is for the whole day. But if you are not able to do whole day hearing, reading, chanting, like once in a month, twice in a month, we can do for Ekadasi, but we'll not be able to do for whole month. So then comes this Pancharatra Vidhi. And also, we want to overcome our anarthas. Uh, but what happens is, if you directly jump here, na, the anarthas only will increase. It will not decrease. Say somebody left everything home and all, they went to Vrindavan. They want to hold a here, sit and read chant. But what happens? They will become Sahajiyas or Mithyacharis because they are directly jumping Bhagavad Gita. That is why Acharyas and the creation only from the beginning we are given Pancharatra. In this we have deity services. That's why it is very important for Grihasthas deity worship. At any stage they have to start only. They cannot say, oh, not possible, this not. No. If you want to overcome uh, conditionings, then this is compulsory only. Why? Because it helps in Pancharatra's regulation. And this will only bring us to Bhagavat level because regulation brings to goodness. And what happens is also it gives taste in the higher things because we want the highest thing, Bhagavat Vidhi. So slowly we develop taste. Otherwise, watching movies, going for parties, social functions, these will hold us. We cannot come out of it without Pancharatra. Deity is there at home. You cannot go and go late night parties. You have to come back to make the Lord rest. We cannot do whimsically, oh, today I want to eat this, today I want to eat this. No, you cannot order anything from the hotel. You have to offer to the Lord. So, our life will be you have to wake up in the morning, you have to do service to the Lord, do offering, do arati. It is like having a child only. And so that helps in regulation. We get taste and also we will get engagement. We get proper engagement and our mind is slowly getting absorbed. Mind gets absorption. So this is why Pancharatra deities are very important, Burger. Then what happens? Na? Then our lower conditionings that now we are getting absorption. Okay, what should I do for the Lord today? What dressing? What decoration? What festival? So slowly we are trying to focus ourselves on this. Otherwise, then the lower things, okay, what movie should I watch today? What should I eat today? Our mind goes in that direction instead of thinking of the Lord. So don't think that deity worship, oh no, it is for neophytes. Yes, it is neophytes. So it is compulsory that we should have it. And varnashrama is, see, this also we cannot do completely whole day deity. Then okay, at least do your job and other things based on your uh, based on your swabhava. So action based on swabhava. So that will help us to focus on Lord. So here we are not, we have to do all three levels. We have to work according to our swabhava as much as possible, have deities and serve them properly, and then do hearing and chanting and reading. So all three are important for us. Varnashrama, we will not follow all the things of Varnashrama, but at least this aspect of choosing a profession which matches with our Swabhava, which will help us to focus on Lord, or it will be more peaceful for us to practice. Say, if I am a, if a person has a Brahmanical nature, he should take jobs of that nature, like teaching and research or whatever, which is like Brahman. If somebody is having a Vaishya Swabhava, so he should take professions in that way, so that it will help him to be a peaceful life. So that makes this action makes mind peaceful. Now, if you want to live materially happy, this is very important. This system of varnashramana to help us to live materially happy. If somebody want to really materially, he want to enjoy. So Krishna is telling this is the method. So he has created this system, and everywhere in the universe people follow. In all other varshas, if you remember the description of Bharatavarsha, also Bhumandala, all the Varshas, there is Varnashrama. The names are given differently, but there is Varnashrama. Why? To make them materially happy. Say everybody is according to their nature, they are doing certain activities, and then it will become easy for them. So for us, na, we have to know that we we are we are we are doing all these three things at one level. We are trying to choose our profession, we are doing, we have deities at home, trying to serve them to be regulated, and then we are doing hearing and chanting. So ultimately we have to come to hearing, chanting and remembering whole day. But for that we have to make sure that these two things are also going nicely. And even to be materially happy, na, the system will work. Lord, even though he's telling Dukhalam Shashvatam, but he is also giving assurance that even if you want to be happy, follow the system. What is the system? This is the system I have given. Lord only is telling in third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is very much giving assurance. Okay, you want to be happy, parasparam bhavayanta. So he's telling, okay, there is a proper cooperation between the demigods and the living entities on the earthly planets, and then they can be prosperous. Very clearly, it is told in third chapter. So it does not mean that okay, there is no happiness only. No, it is not like that. Lord is not very sadistic. He has created a system, but when he tells Dukhala Mishashvatam, he is telling in a very absolute sense that okay, even if you are enjoying here, it's a relative pleasure. And anything temporary cannot give a permanent happiness. So that is what it means. But there is temporary happiness in this world. There is heavenly planets are there. There are Nandanakan gardens, Apsaras are there. All facilities are there here. But they're all temporary. So, in an absolute sense, Krishna is telling, "Arey, why you waste time here?" That is the point. It is so now. This is we should know that our anarthas can be overcome when we are very serious at this second level. First, second, fourth, fifth. And most of the people in this presently, people are living materialistic life very unhappy. So their unhappiness is not because of lack of resources, lack of facilities and all. Their unhappiness is because they are not following the system which is given by Lord. So the system of Varnashrama will, anytime people follow, they will be happy and prosperous. They don't need many gadgets, they don't need many facilities, comforts. What they need is actually the peace of mind. So happiness is proportionate to calm mind. Now, if say if the child is in the lap of mother, the child is very calm, he is very happy. He don't need many facilities. What he needs is calm mind. When he feels secure, when there is no insecurity, when there is no hassle, when there is no anxiety, when there is no competition, this is actually the environment that is needed to have a calm mind. It is not how many air conditioners I have, especially in India in summer, and uh, how how many types of orders I can make in a day online to purchase my things. More you feel successful, more we can make order per day, just purchasing things. All these things are actually not needed only. We don't need so many things. All the supermarkets and all, it's a manifestation of greed, it's manifestation of lust, it's manifestation of envy. They are just exploiting the algorithms are made to exploit our lust, greed, and envy. So that's how they are made. And all the supermarkets and all are promoting what they are promoting. They are promoting lust, greed, and envy only. Because that person has, I also should have. That is out of envy we purchase. And that person is enjoying, I should also enjoy. That's all envy. And then there is greed. You have the same type of biscuits. You have 100 varieties of this, 20 varieties of that, and people want to try everything. It's all greed and lust. We don't need so much because that is uh, Prabhuji, when I eat, I am enjoying. Yes, but it is not making the heart satisfied because the system is not going to. The more you put the key in the fire only increases. So similarly, these things now they are increasing the greed more and more and more. Just open how many types of online shoppings we have now, and as soon as people come from office, the first thing they'll see what offers are available, and they also know if they want to sell something for 100 rupees, they will say, "Oh, 300 rupees, and you have 80% off," and these fellows they will think such a foolishness. Even though that is 100 rupees only, because MRP is 300, we fall prey to it and we say, yeah, yeah, I got a great discount now. Arre, why somebody will sell at loss? He is making a profit of 30-40% in spite of selling at that price. Anyway, that is not our discussion. The point what I want to tell is even materially to be happy, na, this is the system that is given. So that's what why here every time it is said, yeah, it satisfies ego, it satisfies our senses, but that is not going to satisfy the heart. That's why the mind is not peaceful. Even though I am getting my things to eat, still I remain in anxiety and distress because the whole system is like that. We cannot change much. So we'll come back to the why I just brought this point here because that was the system that is created, and you see here it is very nicely. And therefore, according to the Varnashram system, people generally worship Supreme Lord situated on Sun God. With great faith, they worship Supreme Lord as a super soul according to rituals handed down in the three Vedas, such as Agnihotra, and similar higher and lower fruitive activities according to the process of mystic yoga. In this way, they very easily attain ultimate goal. Even the demons worship Sun God because they have to do Gayatri and other things. They they're against the Lord, but when it comes to sun, they know they have to offer arghya, they have to do agnihotra. Demons also will do. Now we see the sun god with Narayana, the super soul of all worlds, is situated in outer space between the upper and lower portions of universe, passing through 12 months on a wheel of time. The sun comes in touch with 12 different signs of zodiac, assuming 12 different names according to those signs. The aggregate of those 12 months is called Samvatsara. or an entire year. So for the sun to go in the zodiac, it takes 1 year. Around the planets, it is just going in 1 day. But in zodiac signs, it travels, it takes samvatsara. According to the lunar calculation, two fortnights, one of the waxing moon and another is waning moon, form 1 month. But the moon travels in zodiac in 1 month only. It goes very fast. Sun goes 1 degree in zodiac, moon goes 13 degree in zodiac. So that's why moon can cover in 1 month. Now, moon, when it is waning moon, waxing moon, all the demigods, 33 crore 33 lakhs, 3,000 demigods are there. They all sit on the chariot of moon god and drink so much juice. And when it comes to Amavasya, they all leave it. And again, moon, with the help of sun, it again acquires that. And again, Pitrus also will sit on that and enjoy this Somaras. That's actually explained. So, according to the lunar calculation, this the same period of 1 day and 1 night of planets of Pitraloka. So, the moons for demigods, na sun's rotation is 1 day, whereas for Pitraloka, moon's rotation is 1 day. That means 1 month only. So according to celestial stellar calculation, a month equal to 2 and 1/4 constellation. When the sun travels for 2 months, a season passes. Therefore, the seasonal changes are considered part of the body of a year. And this time, thus the time the sun takes to rotate through half of outer space is called ayana, or its period of movement in the north or in the south. So I told you there are 180 spokes, 180 tracks. So once the sun covers 180 tracks, it is called ayana. It's a half of the year. That is, one is Dakshinayana. And when it travels another half, it is Uttarayana. That is 108. So it comes left to right and right to left, like that. So you remember that diagram hopefully. And sun has three speeds: slow, fast, and moderate. The time has taken to travel the entirely around the sphere of heaven, earth, and space at the three speeds is referred to by learned scholars by the five names: Samvatsara, Parivatsara, Idavatsara, Anuvatsara, Vatsara. So these are the why it is going fast and slow, because it has to take exact time to complete 1 day, because it has to take the same time. If it is far, it has to go very fast. If it is near, it has to go slow. If it is in middle, it is medium speed. That is the point. So because when it is far, I will just show the diagram and you will understand it. Just wait a minute. Why the speed of sun varies? It is a very simple logic. You see here, if the sun's chariot, if it is, oh sorry, showed the wrong. Yeah. See here, why the speed varies? It's a very simple logic. Try to understand. See what happens. The distance, if the sun is at this part, I am marking on the uh, Manasutra mountain. If sun is at this end point, then what happened? The distance increased, right? If the distance increased, it has to cover more distance to complete 24 hours. So that's why it will go. Then it is very fast. Now, when it comes to this part, inner part, then what happened? The distance reduced. So it will go slowly because it has to cover the same 24 hours, but the distance is less. How much less? Because this gap from here to here is 2 lakh, 2 lakh miles, 2 lakh kilometers or yeah, miles. So that means it is this much gap is this much distance is less. So that's why when sun is in this in the leftmost tip of Manasutra, it is very slow. If it is on the rightmost, because the distance is increasing, so it has to take the same time, 24 hours. So it has to take 24 hours in one round. So if it is near, it goes slowly. It is far, it is go very fast and complete the 24 hours. So that is the understanding. Okay. So uh, okay. So this should be clear for you. Now we'll go back, because same concept. Why I did not read directly the translation, because now when you go to the translation, now it is very clear, because we already discussed it so many times. So according to the solar astronomical calculation, each year extends 6 days beyond the calendar year, and according to the lunar calculation, each year is 6 days shorter. Therefore, because of the movement of sun and moon, there is a difference in 12 days between the solar and lunar year. As the Samvatsara, Parivatsara, Idavatsara, and two extra months are added within every 5 years. So now we are in this Adhika Mas. So now what happens is every 3 years we are getting extra Adhika Mas. Because why? For sun it is 6 days slow, and moon it is 6 days fast. Because sun moves at 360 degree. That means it covers 360 degrees. So how many days are remaining? Sometimes 365 days in a year. That means the 6 days are extra. Whereas moon, it goes faster. So it will be minus. It goes in. So it is going at 6 days ahead. So now you have to match both the sun and moon. So every year you are having 11 days extra. So 11 to 12 days difference in solar and lunar year. So what they do, every 3 years they combine, and 11, 11, 11 or 12, 12, 12, and add into and make it remaining 33 days. That's why we have this 33 number in every Adhik Mas, we have 33. So this is very this we have to feed 33 Malpavas to Brahmanas, Grihastha Brahman, not Brahmacharis, this month. This is very auspicious. So you can give 33 items in charity, or 33 Brahmanas in charity. Uh, of course, you can give to Brahmacharis also, but sweet you should give to Grihasthas. That is given in Shastra. You cannot give to Brahmacharis so much sweet. So, like that, you have to give. This month charity is very, very good. So, you can try. Above the rays of sunshine by the distance of 100 yojanas is moon. Now this also we saw. So now all the positions of planets are calculated from sun only, not Mount Meru. So after sun is moon, and what is the source of energy that drives the chariot? Yes, that is Supreme Lord. That is clearly given in the second, third, fourth verses only. And here it is Samvatsara, the two lunar fourth nights, the moon travels to the equivalent Samvatsara of the sun in 2.5 quarter day. It passes through a month of a sun. In one day, it passes through fourth night of sun. So these calculations are simple only. I just already told you the calculations, how it is 13 degrees. So for moon, it takes two and a half 2 days only to cover one zodiac. Sun takes 30 days. So, and that's how the calculation. When we take account of moon is 100 yojanas, 800 miles above the rays of sunset, it is very surprising. Modern excursions of moon could be possible. Since the moon is so distant, how the space vehicle could go is a doubtful mystery. Actually, I wanted to address this. Maybe tomorrow I will take, once I complete this chapter. I will explain this mystery, why the scientists are going to moon now also. Modern scientific calculations are subject to one change after another, therefore they are very uncertain. We have to accept the calculation of Vedic literature. Vedic calculations are studied, astronomical calculations made long ago and recorded in Vedic literature are correct even now. Whether the Vedic calculations or modern ones are better may remain a mystery for others, but as far as we are concerned, we accept Vedic calculations. When the moon is waxing, the illuminating portion of it increases daily and thus creating day for the demigods, night for the pitas. That is simple. So the I did not show the movement of the moon. It is little more complicated. Even sun only for you it took for us to so many days to understand. Moon I can explain, but I don't want to confuse you. If you're really interested, maybe we can do it. When moon is waning, however, it causes night for the demigods and day for the pitas. In this way, the moon passes through each constellation of the star in 30 muhurtas, entire day. So moon is going entire day. It covers all the muhurtas. The moon is source of nectarian coolness that influences the growth of good food grains. Therefore, the moon god is considered life of all living entities. He is consequently called Jiva, the chief living being within the universe. So moon's position is also very special. And here, because the moon is in full of all potencies, it represents the influence of Supreme Lord. Moon is a predominating deity of everyone's mind. That's why we calculate based on moon only. Our what is a person is based on where the moon is there in the constellation, in the zodiac. So that we discussed this. Therefore, the moon is called Manomaya. He is also called Annamaya because he gives potency to all herbs. He is called Amritamaya because he is the source of all life for all living entities. The moon pleases the demigods, pitas, human beings, animals, birds, reptiles, and all other. Everyone is satisfied with the presence of moon. Therefore, the moon is called Sarvamaya, all pervading. So, how he is satisfying the demigods and all? By giving them somaras. They get a heavenly beverage. They drink from soma. And for us, all the taste which we are getting in our food items is because of moon. So, moon gives all the taste and pleasures for all living entities. That's why it's Sarvamaya, right? So, that is special about sun. And now from here onwards, if you remember, there are many stars located. 300 million, 300 yojanas above the moon. By the supreme will of Supreme Lord, they are fixed on the wheel of time. Thus, they rotate with Mount Meru. So, these are the zodiac signs. There are 28 important stars headed by Abhijit. So, this also we discussed. You remember? So of 28, one is Abhijit, 27 are female. They are all wives of moon god. So they all rotate in a fixed time belt. It's a belt and they are rotating like that. And so these all are discussed only, but I we didn't read the translation, so I am doing it. And some 1.6 million 1.6 million miles above the group of stars is Venus, exactly same space of the sun according to Swift's law. So Venus and sun are at same speed. That's why every evening we can see Venus star. So Venus is called evening star. First thing we can see in the evening, the brightest thing is Venus only. So it has same speed. That's why every day Venus is seen. Uh, if you are located in somewhere, it is very first object. Even though it is not star, but it's called Venus is evening star. Sometimes Venus moves behind the sun, sometimes in front of the sun, sometimes along with it. Venus nullifies the influence of planets that are obstacle to rainfall. Actually, Venus night stays only for short time because it is going with sun. Na? We cannot see after some time Venus. Venus can be seen for only few some time only in the evening because the whole zodiac is moving. Na? The Venus they will all go down. All the planets, everything, the whole system. The moon is seen for some time, and then moon also sets. So similarly, Venus also will be seen because when it is behind the sun, then only we can see Venus. If it is ahead of sun, we cannot see because it will set before the sun. If it is along with the sun, we cannot see. If it is behind the sun, sun sets and still Venus is there in the sky. We see them. And then it goes away. Because if sun is there, we cannot see any stars or anything because of the brightness. And Venus nullifies influence of the planet that are obstacles to rainfall. Consequently, its presence causes rainfall. It is therefore considered very favorable to all living entities within the universe. This is because this has been accepted by learned scholars. So Venus is good for rainfall. Mercury, Buddha is very important. Is described similarly. It is 1.6 million miles above Venus, and Mercury, which is the son of Moon. So it is Buddha, is the son of Soma. It is always very auspicious for the inhabitants of universe. We get Buddha. Buddha is intelligent people will be Buddha. And but when it does not move along with the sun, it orbits cyclonic dust, irregular rainfall, and waterless clouds. In this way, it creates fearful conditions due to inadequate or excessive rainfall. So some characteristics are given. If you are more interested, you can go deeper into it. But this is what is Buddha is Buddha is strong. People are very intelligent. And then 1.8 is Mercury. Sir, Mercury is Buddha. Okay, in this way, the planet. So not Mars. Mars is Kuja. Buddha is Mercury. I'm sorry. Yeah, Buddha is Mercury is good. If this planet does not travel in a crooked way, Buddha is moon sun. Sorry, sorry. Puja is Mercury. It crosses through each sign of zodiac in three fortnights. You see, it takes three fortnights to cross. Whereas, and in this way travels. Moon takes only 2 days, but he is taking three fortnights and travels all 12 one after another. It almost always creates unfavorable condition in rainfall and other influences. So this is also not very good planet. And then above it is Mars, and above it is Jupiter, and then there is uh, which travels through one sign of zodiac within the period of Parivatsara. If its movement is not curved, the planet Jupiter is very favorable to Brahmanas of the universe. So, of all the planets, no, this Jupiter is the most favorable. Everyone is favorable because he's Guru Graha. And then I will show the chart for you here once this is finished. Yeah. Anuvatsara, cycle of 30 Anuvatsaras. So, this I have shown you also previously. I'll just go back to that to make you remember this. Yeah, this one. There is Bhumandala, Sun, Moon, 28 stars. This is a zodiac. Then Venus, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Saptarishi Mandal, and Dhruvaloka. Then Maharloka, Janaloka, Taparloka. This is point 1 million yojanas. Then 1.6 million miles are point 0.2 million yojanas, point 0.2 million yojanas, point 0.2 million. So it is like that. So all the distance are same. From Moon to Saturn, all are at same distance. Saptarishi is little higher. Above that higher is Dhruva, and after that they are very, very, very far, far, far. So that's how the distances are given. Okay, we'll come back to the translations. This I have already shown, but we are just reading the translations now. Situated 8.8 millions above the Saturn is the Saptarishi Mandal, and they circumambulate the supreme abode of Lord known as Dhruva pole star. Simadvacharya quotes from Brahmanda Purana. Now we come to Sushumar. Above, so then 1.3 million yojanas above the planet of seven sages is the abode of Lord Vishnu, that is Dhruva Loka. And Agni, Indra, Prajapati, Kashyapa, Dharma all assemble there to offer him honor and respectful obeisances. They circumambulate him with their right side towards him, I have already described the glories of Dhruva Maharaj in the fourth canto. So, and then establishing the supreme will of supreme, the pole star, which is the planet of Maharaj Dhruva, constantly shines at the central pivot for all the stars and planets. The unsleeping, invisible, most powerful time factor causes these luminaries to revolve around the pole star without cessation. So everybody is rotating. Prabhupada's writing, it is distinctly stated herein that all the luminaries, the planets, the stars revolve by the influence of supreme time factor. The time factor is another feature of Supreme Lord. Everyone is under the influence of time factor, but the Supreme Lord is so kind and loves his devotee Maharaj Dhruva so much that he has placed all the luminaries under the control of Dhruva's planet and has arranged for the time factor to work under him or with his cooperation. Everything is actually done according to the will of and direction of Supreme Lord. But to make his devotee Dhruva the most important individual within the universe, the Lord has placed the activities of the time factor under his control. So Dhruva is controlling. Wow. You have any questions, or we'll just complete this chapter also? You don't have, then we'll complete. When the bull and yoke together and tied to the central pivot to their thrush rise, they thread around that pivot without deviation from its proper position. One bull, one bull being close to the pivot, another in the middle, another third is outside. Similarly, all the planets of the hundreds and thousands of stars revolve around the pole star, the planet of Maharaj Dhruva, in their respective orbits, some higher, some lower, faster by the Supreme Lord, by the mission of material nature. According to the results of their fruitive activities, they are driven around the pole star by the wind and will continue to be so until the end of creation. These planets float in the air within the vast sky, just as clouds with hundreds of tons of water float in the air, or as a great sign eagle, as due to the results of past activities, fly high in the sky and have no chance of falling to the ground. So you have seen this picture also. Again, I'll show that. So we will see what Prabhupada is writing here because Prabhupada purports are very important for us. We have to read them now after hearing from Prem Gorang Pro. I have to now take it more seriously. According to the according to the description of this verse, hundreds and thousands of stars and the great planets such as the Sun, Moon, Venus, Mercury, Jupiter are not clustered together because of law of gravity or any similar idea of modern science. These planets and stars are servants of Supreme Lord, and according to his order, they sit in their chariot and travel in their respective orbits. So everybody is sitting in their chariot and moving. The orbit in which they move are compared to missions given by Mother Nature to operate the operating deities of the stars and planets who carry out the order of Supreme Lord revolving around Dhruva, which is occupied by great devotee Dhruva Maharaj. This is confirmed in Brahma Samhita. Ichakshuresha savita sakalagrahana raja samasta suramurtirashesha teja. Yasyagraya brahmati sambrita kalachakru vindamadi purusham tamaham bhajam. The verse from Brahma Samhita confirms that even the largest and most powerful planet, the sun, rotates within a fixed orbit or Kala Chakra, obeying the Supreme Lord. The modern material scientists want to avoid the ruling of Supreme Lord. I will give some of the reason, some of the foolish things which scientists do, so that we that will be clear for us where they make the mistake. So it is not mistake; it's blunder actually. But they don't understand only why they are not able to properly calculate and certain things they cannot comprehend only why these things happen. So like if Earth is moving, very simple logic, then then the position of the stars and all they should be uh, changing, but they don't change. I will. Okay. Anyway, I will discuss all of them at a time. We will fight with scientists all together. One shot. Will not waste much time on the scientist. Wow, Prabhupada gives such a huge purport on this. We'll read this one purport and then we'll fight with scientists one full day with it without much wasting time every day. This materialist scientists want to avoid ruling government of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, they imagine different conditions under which they suppose the planet movement. The only condition, however, is the order of Supreme Lord. All the various predominating deities of the planets are persons. The Supreme Lord is also a person. Supreme Lord orders the subordinate persons, the demigods of various names, to carry out his supreme will. This fact is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Maya Dikshena Prakriti. The orbit of planets resemble the bodies in which all the living entities are seated because they are both missions controlled by the Supreme Lord. Yantra Rudhani Mayaya. Now, here important. The mission given by the material nature, whether the mission of the body or the mission of the orbit or Kala Chakra, works according to the orders of Supreme Lord. So, and only this universe, but also the millions of other universes also. The question is, how the planets and stars are floating is also answered in this verse. It is not because of law of gravity. Rather, the planets and stars are enabled to float by manipulation of the air. It is due to such manipulation that big heavy clouds float and big eagles fly in the sky. Modern airplanes like the 747Z aircraft works in a similar way. By controlling the air, they float high in the sky, resisting the tendency to fall to earth. Such adjustment of air are all made possible by cooperation of principles of Purusha, male, Prakriti, female. By cooperation of material nature, which is considered to be Prakriti, and the Supreme Lord, is considered to be Purusha, all the affairs of the universe are going on. Actually, here, now the air is not the air which we are experiencing. I already told you. It is much subtler. Explain the concept of what are Pancha Mahabhutas, if you remember. I think we should also have what do you say, realization sessions of fifth canto. So many things we have discussed. Maybe one session we should have on realization session of what all we discussed, because so many things are there. If somebody remembers, it will help others also. If especially we had from Priyavrat Maharaj, Agnidhara, Jadabharta Maharaj, Jadabharta, so many things went. Somebody is interested, you can let me know. We can definitely. Yeah, Pancha Mahabhuta. So if you take the hydrogen according to us is air, right? And then there is water is H2O is water. Hydrogen plus oxygen molecule is water. So for us, oxygen is air and hydrogen is air. Two combined is water. That is our understanding. But if you take the molecule of, if you take the atom of water, within the water, so within oxygen according to us is what? Oxygen is air. But if you take the oxygen part, the atom of oxygen, now the protons, the nucleus of oxygen is the solid, and the the connection, the something that is holding the binding, the binding is because of water. The liquid part is binding, and the movement of electron around it is because of wind, and the energy that is holding is actually the fire, and the space within which that electron is rotating is the ether. That means for us, what we are considering as air, within that there are five elements which are much more subtler than this wind. For me, oxygen is air, or it is a it's a wind particle. It is solid, liquid, and air. So oxygen is air, but within that air only all Panchamahabhutas there, which are much more subtler, like that. Your understanding. So they are not this air. If what is the air in that? What is that air made of? If oxygen is air, and within that there is some other air which is moving the electrons. Within the oxygen, there is a solid part. What is that? Oxygen itself is air, and you are showing some earth in the oxygen. So, what is that earth made of? And within that oxygen, there is water, which is binding them. So, what is that water? You are understanding. That is much more subtler. That's why when we say seven oceans, the coverings of the universe are earth, water, air. That is this earth, water, air. These are the Pancha Mahabhutas. So, which are to be understood. Clear? So the external energy is chit potency is worshipped by all people as Durga, the create and preventing the and destroying agencies of this mundane world. Adore the primeval Lord Govinda in accordance with those with Durga conduct. Material nature, the so Lord is male and Durga is female. Janma karma chame divyam. The simply by Krishna consciousness, by mercy of Supreme Lord, one can be liberated. In other words, one can be released from the great fort of this universe and go outside to the spiritual world. It is also significant that the predominating deities of even the greatest planets have been offered their exalted pose because of the very valuable pious activities they performed in previous births. This is indicated herein by the word karma nirmrittagataya. For example, as we have previously discussed, the moon is called Jiva, which means that he is a living entity like us. But because of his pious activity, he has been appointed in his post as the moon god. Similarly, all the demigods and who are been appointed in their post, Earth, Venus, Moon, so on, have been appointed to their various posts as the predominating deity. Suryanarayana, incarnation of Lord. Dhruva Maharaj, the predominating of Dhrulak, is also a living entity. Thus, there are two kinds of entities supreme entity, Lord, and the Jiva. Nityo Nityanam, Chetanas Chetananam. And regarding the great eagles mentioned in this verse, it is understood there are eagles so big that they can prey on big elephants. They fly so high that they can travel from one planet to another. They start flying in one planet and land in another. And while in flight, they lay eggs that hatch into other birds while flying through the air. In Sanskrit, such eagles are called snena. Under the present circumstances, of course, we cannot see such huge birds, but at least we know of eagles that can capture monkeys and they can throw them down to kill and eat them. Similarly, it is understood that there are gigantic birds that can fly off elephants, like kill them and eat them. Wow. Nice information. Very proper. It's interesting. The two examples of the eagle and cloud are sufficient to prove that flying and floating can be made possible through adjustment of air. So one planet to another, we need so many spaceships and all, and we fail also. But the birds are happily flying. The planets, in a similar way, are floating because material nature adjusts the air according to the order of Supreme Lord. Can be, it could be said that these adjustments consist the law of gravity. But in any case, one must accept that these laws are made by the Supreme Lord. The so-called scientists have no control over them. Scientists can falsely, improperly declare that there is no God, but this is not a fact. So tomorrow we'll discuss on Sushma. Any questions, comments before we? Yes, Priyamata. I'm not able to hear you, Mati.
Hare Krishna.
Now we are able to hear.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavad pranams to you.
No, no.
Sir, sorry, Prabhuji, couple of questions. The sun chariot, only the chariot, one single, wheel of the chariot is placed on the Manasotara mountain. The chariot is somewhere. It is not on the Manasotara mountain. Am I right, Prabhuji?
It is like here the wheel is there and here the chariot. So it is not exactly it. There
On the
is some distance.
Manasotara mountain.
That
Ah,
is not Hanuman Sutra. It has some distance.
yeah. Yeah, that is on the that is in the air basically because it is connected via axis. So, but it is in the air, right?
Yeah.
Riding on the air, not on the land or on the mountain. Am I right in understanding this?
It is above. It is 1 million yojanas above the earth. The sun is moved. The sun's
Yeah.
position is
Right.
0.1 million yojanas.
Understand. So the chariot is typically in the air, not on the land, number one. Number two
Yes.
is that there are X number of sages chanting the hymns of the Vedas. They are in the air again, or they are on the Manasotara mountain because they are
They are
chanting
also in that. They are going behind sun god. So this
behind the
Mansotra mountain
God.
is 10 million yojanas, and this chariot is 100 million yojanas, 90 million yojanas. So total is 100 million yojanas is the
Okay.
size.
Then it must be like not air, it must be some subtle kind of a land, right, Prabhuji? It can't be on the air, some kind of a subtle land or something they can
They are
be
flying in the air
around.
only. They don't need any land support.
Oh, okay. So they're flying in the air. And you said about the 180 parts. It's not 108 yesterday we discussed. It's 180, right? 180.
108 is actually the moons, the stars that are calculated in the zodiac. The parts of the zodiac is 180. Sorry,
Okay.
108. 108 is the how zodiac is divided. But the tracks of this are 180 up, 180 left, 180 right. So that will become 360. 180 degrees, 180 travels, it becomes Dakshinayana. 180 comes down, it is Uttarayana like that.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And this Saptarishi Mandal, is it part of the zodiac signs or is it a separate planet by
No, it is
itself?
separate, but it goes along with the movement is also along with the zodiac, but it is separate only because it is above the what do you say, above even all the planetary systems, it is the topmost. Just below the Dhruvaloka is Saptarishi Mandal. But in
Mm.
zodiac also we can see that sign.
Right. I mean, in fact, it's so marvelous, like, what an arrangement the Lord has made to manage the lives of the jivas.
Yes,
All these
yes.
planetary systems, they are managing the lives of the jivas, right? So beautiful arrangement. God has kind of created. So it's really nice to know about it. So when the charts are made of the jiva, when the jiva is born, the chart is drawn. So we see in some of the charts, some of the planets are clustered in the same house. In a chart, all the 12 planets have to be there, right, Prabhuji? All the 12 planets have to be there. It need not be spread out one each in the house. It could be clustered in some houses and some houses can remain empty. Is my understanding right?
Yes, that's how it will happen anyway. It will happen
Right.
like that only, no? Yeah.
Right. So there is also the chance that some of the because Abhijit star appears only during the Adhik Maas to manage
No, no,
the.
no, no, no. Aditya Char is there every day.
Is
All
it
the
so?
stars are there every day.
Oh, okay. So is the Abhijit star also reflected in the chart in the Jivatma's chart? Any of the Jivatma star chart, or it is just for some
No, no,
reason
you
that
are
not have to
to
be present?
see. Please understand. All the
Ah,
stars are there on the top. Everybody is there. Everybody is there. So,
okay,
what is your star is based on where the moon is nearest. Whichever star the moon is nearest, that is your star.
absolutely.
So, if you are in a Kumbha Rashi and if your star is, if the moon is in Kumbha Rashi and in Kumbha Rashi also there are two, three stars. Two. So,
Mm-hmm.
now you have to see whichever is the nearest star to the moon. In Kumbha Rashi, you are near Purva Bhadra and that also in the third section of Purva Bhadra. So, whichever is
Understood.
near. So sometimes the moon can be in Abhijit Nakshatra and somebody can take birth in Abhijit Nakshatra also. That means the moon is near Abhijit Nakshatra and you are born. So that means your star will be Abhijit star. Your birth star is Abhijit.
And which Rashi will it be, Prabhuji? Abhijit star?
That will be, I exactly don't know. That will be some Rasi. I am not good in this calculations of astrology, but some Rashi it will be.
Okay, okay. So this was something I had the question. Abhijit might appear only to during I mean Adhik Maas, so it's not right. It is every time Abhijit is there
Every day Abhijit
along.
is there. Somebody can be born on it this day and Abhijit Muhurta he can be born also.
Acha, acha, acha. Okay, then I remember, is it the same Murta like, Jatayu predicted while Ravana was captivated Sita Devi? If Ravana is
No,
able
no,
to.
he was delayed by Jatayu. So that's why Jatayu says now he captured in a wrong moment, and whatever you lose at this star, you will again get it back. That's what Jatayu says. So what
Was it
Jatayu
Abhijit
did,
Prabhuji?
I don't know exactly. Some star he tells Jatayu that Ravana took at this star, and whatever you lose at this time, you will get it back. So don't worry, Sita will be brought back.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I mean, I forgot my question.
No, no, no,
Sorry.
no.
Thank you so much. I'll remember again. I'll ask you. Sorry about it. Hare Krishna.
No,
Thanks
that's
again.
right. Yes, Kelman.
Hi, Krishna Prabhu. Yeah, just want to make sure I understood things right. One thing is that, oh, as you were saying with Mataji just now, that um, the the wheel of the sun chariot, it it rests, it doesn't rest directly on the mountain. Is flying 10,000 yojanas above the mountain, no?
Ah, yes.
And
Means the chariot will be chariot is chariot. How much it is? 1 lakh yojanas above the earth, where the
yeah,
sun is situated.
yeah, because the diameter of the wheel is 90,000 yojanas,
Yeah,
no?
90,000, and the Mansutra is 10,000. So it will become 1 lakh.
But it should be more than one. If it's above, if it's
Mansutra is 10,000,
10,000,
and wheel
but
is
you said that
90,000. So together, how much it is? 1 lakh.
I know, but we said that it's not really traveling directly on top of those mountain, right? There's some space, no?
No, no, it is on the top.
Between.
The wheel is on the top. After the mountain ends, the wheel starts on the top only wheel.
Oh, but in your conversation just now with Mataji, I thought you said that it's flying in the air, is not actually touching the ground.
No, no, air in the sense it is above. I'll show the diagram for you. You can just see here. I drew it. See in this now I have written the dimensions also. If you see on the cursor, you see 10,000 is the height of Mansutra, and this
Yes.
yellow part is the wheel. 50,000 and 40,000 is the other part of the wheel. After 50,000 is the axle. And axle and the dimensions of the chariot is also given. So chariot is also 40,000 yojanas height, and on that the sun god is sitting. So in the air, in the sense means it is connected to the wheel. The axle is connected and is traveling like that.
Oh, oh, yeah, I totally misunderstood your conversation just now. I thought there was some space between the mountain and the bottom of the wheel, but no.
Yeah.
Okay, so that the axle must be about 10,000 yojanas itself. Let me see. 40. No, 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 no,
Actually,
no.
all the measurements are given. I did not write all the measurements
Mhm.
here. I just wrote few. The chariot's measurement, the axle measurement, everything is given.
Okay. The other thing is the 180 is the sun travels 180 concentric tracks, right?
Yeah.
Around Mount Meru. But
Yeah.
and so we're talking about tracks, not degrees.
No, they're tracks.
The tracks. So um yeah, 180 going, let's say, towards, let's say, in the direction of the pole star, when it comes down, is going away from the pole star. But
Yes.
it's always in a counterclock. I mean, it's always in a clockwise
Clockwise.
direction.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. 5 elements that exist within the atom, right? Um,
Yeah.
that's like the air that's in the oxygen atom. That's different from the air that we have
We
outside here.
experience. Yeah, we experience this. So
Yes. So
within that only there are five elements. Within one
yeah.
air molecule, what we call, all the five elements are there within. That means that must be something else than what we are thinking.
Yeah, but why you say it must be something else?
Something else means some more subtler things, which
Okay,
scientists
but
cannot understand. Like they
okay,
say
and
air is
those
oxygen is air, but we say air is what is mentioned as air in Shastra is not the air oxygen. It is mentioning about Panchamahabhutas are not the air that is mentioned as oxygen. It is the air that is within, which is holding, which is making the movements in the atom. Like that.
but the
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 water is not
Mahabhut.
the water which we are drinking. Water is something which is the binding energy within the atom. That is the water element that is mentioned in the Shastra.
So like in the Gita, right? When it mentions the
Yeah,
8 elements,
Bhumir Nalo Vayu Khammano Budriyacha. So they are also in proper mentions in the particular.
there he mentions that it's not the elements that we are calling, it's not the conventional ones, right?
Means there is an indication like directly it cannot be understood like that. So it's not this Panchamahabhutas which we are experiencing.
Okay, the Pancha Mahabhuta, you're saying that one is different from the ones that is in the atoms.
Yeah.
And the one that's in the atoms, are those the ones that are covering the layers that are covering the universe?
Yes. Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay, so the layers that are covering the universe, that's different from the Pancha Mahabhuta.
Yes. No, the
Okay.
Panchamahabhutas are only covering the universe. That layers. They are the layers.
Ah. And those, okay, the Pancha Mahabhutas, that's what's in the atoms also then.
Yeah, atom also same thing, and they are the one which are covering the universe also. Same when you call
Oh,
Panchamahabhutas, which are in the atom, which are covering the universe, which are there, the milk ocean, all these oceans and all that are mentioned, they are all talking about this type of water. The water when they mention ocean, it is mentioning about this water, not the water which we are seeing.
so when we talk about the ones that we're accustomed to, what do we call those?
They are very gross. They are subtle.
Uh-huh. Okay. So in the Gita, when when we say that, there's the earth, water, fire, air, ether, false ego, intelligence, like that, that that ma- that those five gross elements, are they the ones in the atom or not?
They are there in the
Not.
atom. What is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, that is what is there in the atom.
Oh, in the atom. Okay. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you. Uh, Rukrani Mataji, you had some question? Priya Mataji, you had question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. I remembered the question. Prabhuji, the other day we were speaking about the Bharata Varsha and how Bharata Khanda, one of the slices, 9 slices of Bharata Varsha, how it is floating on the salt water. So, in relation to this, I just had a question, Prabhuji. Please ignore if it is sounding weird, silly. That means the satellites, whatever we hear about the satellites, they cannot circumambulate via north and south pole at all. It is only the east and the west. When I say north and south, the true north and the true south, they can't just go at all. They can go in a slanting position, but not the true north and the true south. Is my understanding right, Prabhuji?
This I am also not very sure, Mataji, about it, but I will try to explain it because some of the questions cannot be, some of the things cannot be understood like that. And I also don't want to much speculate, but I'll tell some viewpoint, which is the viewpoint of the, what do you say, our devotee scientists.
Okay.
So then we can understand in Bengal.
Okay. And one more question. How are we connected to the other 8 khandas in the Bharatavarsha, Prabhuji? Is there any connection between the 9 khandas, or is it space between the 9 slices? I mean, the 9 khandas.
No, we don't have access for them and we cannot see also with them.
No,
So
we
we
cannot
don't
see
have
that,
access.
I know. But are they connected to each other at all, or they are separated by
No,
space or mountains or rivers, something like that?
they are separated by salt ocean.
Oh, okay. Okay. So they're not connected together. It is separate.
No, no, they are all separated.
Right, right, right. Right. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare. Okay, we'll end here. Thank you all very much. Tantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.